93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
Jeff and Jeremy here. It is Dumbass of the Day. It is brought to you by our buddies over there at Peterson Shoe Card. They're in the Tascadero on Augusta Way. No, what is the name of the
Augusta.
Augusta Way.
Drop the A and just go with the Augusta.
Yeah, I used to live on Augusta. Sorry, that wasn't slow. We're talking about Augusta Way in San Luis Obispo.
It's actually Augusta Road.
Augusta Road in Atascadero.
Yeah. Right
Peterson
behind,
Shoe Card.
You know where Quickie Car Wash is there? Off of El Camino Real?
No.
Right back behind there.
But
you
that's
should
where
visit
it's at.
Atascadero more often.
I try, but I don't go that far down.
Right down the street from Garcia's.
I don't go that far.
But you know where Garcia's is, don't you, big guy?
I've passed it once, but I've not been in there yet. Ooh, I'm going to go there this weekend. Anyways, Peterson U-Cart, they'll get you ready for spring. Landscape supplies, concrete. They do a lot of stuff. You should go to their website.
You'd know where it was if they sold burritos.
Go to peterson.ucart.com.
Hey, let's do Dumbass of the Day.
I like their tamales. Never had a burrito.
I already know not everybody thinks I'm funny. My last girlfriend, or as I like to call her, the Xbox. Now, she is a perfect example. I know, right? Doesn't that just sum it up? What a ray of sunshine. She was so loud, like all the time, and bulimic, you know? I was always going, honey, keep it down. And, all right, that was just a tester. That joke was just a tester. I'm glad you guys passed it. She got some intelligence. She was an idiot. Intelligence is key, and she was locked out. It was really sad, too. I wanted it to work. I really did. I remember the night I knew it wouldn't. We were watching Dr. Dolittle Part 2, and 3/4 of the way into the film, there's a scene where Eddie Murphy's getting sued, so his wife in the flick's going to be his lawyer. She looks at me and goes, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. They would never let your spouse represent you in a court of law. This movie's ridiculous. And I'm like, there have been animals talking. She was not smart. Yeah.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Oh, I hate people that point out the flaws in the movies, as if they're like, this is so unrealistic. It is a movie, man. Come on.
My mom is a talker during the movie, asking questions. Why do you think?
Let's
It's
put
like,
something
Mom,
in the name.
none
Debbie.
of us have seen the movie. Just like you, we don't know. We're waiting to see what happens. Put it together in your mind. I'll even catch myself doing it sometimes with my wife going, do you think they did that because, like on these investigation type shows? I'm like, never mind. I'll just keep it to myself. It's very annoying to talk during a movie.
Well, it's hard because somebody's asking you questions about the movie, and you're trying to stay abreast of what's going on.
So I don't know. Let's find out.
If you keep talking, you're going to keep asking me questions. It's a vicious circle.
Plus, you know me. I don't like going to a movie theater where people get on their phones because it distracts me. I get into the movie so much that I am in the movie. Like, I'm literally, like, there is no outside world going on. I'm not sitting in a theater. I'm in the movie. And so when I start getting asked questions, I lose my focus, and now I'm just not into the movie like I was. Like, if there's a fight scene, you'll see me bobbing and weaving. Somebody's driving fast, I'm moving. Like I'm in the car.
You're like that.
I get way into it.
Promotional movie poster where they show people having fun at the light of a screen, lighting up their face, and then like popcorn flying up in the air. They snap a picture of the popcorn flying up in the air. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's you when you go to the movies.
I watch them at home now because people disturb me.
Oh, and you can't really go to the movie theater.
But that guy there wishes, this guy, our poor victim and dumbass of the day, wishes his girlfriend was that dumb. Because this chick's pretty smart. Her name's Bethany Ryan. She's 27. She got in a fight with her ex-boyfriend. It somehow ended up in the street. She went running at him. And she opened her mouth like she was going to kiss him. And she started kissing him. And then she bit his tongue off. And spit it on the ground.
Wow, that's hard.
Like a good third of his tongue got bitten, spit on the ground. What would you do? You'd freak out. Now, of course, they wanted to get the tongue so they could put it back on, but a seagull came down, took the tongue, ate it, and left.
Wait, these things can't even process Alka-Seltzer. How can they process tongues?
Tongues, not tums. A damn bird came down, ate the tongue, and took off. So now this poor guy is never going to have a full tongue again. She was arrested, of course. He was taken to the hospital. He had blood squirting everywhere. I mean, just awful and gruesome.
Isn't that the strongest muscle in the human body is the tongue?
I don't know.
I think it is. And to think of how much blood probably rushes to the tongue. I mean, I would think that blood loss would be a big problem. I mean, you ever look underneath your tongue, you got these two huge veins that run to your tongue.
It's awful. The whole thing is just awful. And this woman, demented. I mean, demented.
Who would have thought that seagulls...
Smart, but demented.
Seagulls had a taste for tongue tartar.
Dude,
I mean...
Seagulls eat garbage, Jeff. They literally eat garbage. They will eat anything. It doesn't matter. It's so gross. Congratulations, Bethany, by the way.
Yeah, don't date crazy people.
Serving years in prison now.
Good.
After biting off your ex-boyfriend's tongue. You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson Ukart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We love Ukart. You say.
Paramount is rebooting Frasier. We brought this up the other day, and it's interesting because I was starting to think, like, has there ever been
Paramount, huh?
Paramount?
Yeah, I say Paramount. You say Paramount, though.
Paramount. I say Paramount.
Oh, you said Paramount.
Or sometimes I say Paramount, apparently. I don't think about it. I just say it because everybody knows what I'm talking about.
I think you were getting a little snooty on the peanut butter front. You're like, well, I only eat Jif all natural, so I must say Paramount instead of Paramount. Like
has there ever been a TV
We're gonna
show?
go to the Paramount Studios.
Has there ever been a TV show that was rebooted that was successful? Like, really successful?
Are
Like,
you talking about a TV show that was of paramount importance in society?
805-543-3693. Somebody please call in because I can't talk to Jeff right now.
Wait, a show that was so good that it needed to be rebooted?
No, I'm saying, has there ever been a successful... See, you don't even know what I'm saying because you're too busy
Making jokes
about peanut butter.
I'm sorry, my jokes
and Paramount.
They're a paramount over your thoughts.
Jackass.
Okay, so I was thinking about this the other night, actually, and I was like, man, I miss The Office. And now The Office has been around so long that some of the references are starting to get dated. There's a scene in which they reference The Devil Wears Prada in one of the openings of it because Michael's acting like Meryl Streep because he thinks that because Meryl Streep's always the good person, but in The Devil Wears Prada, she's the bad person. He doesn't realize it until he finishes the movie. And he's a jerk to Pam, and he comes in and he apologizes to Pam, and then he makes a reference to $1 Million Baby in there.
Malushka or something.
Yeah, and I thought, man, if people are just now starting to watch The Office, there's a good chance that a lot of these like those two references are lost on them because if I'm 20 and I'm watching The Office, when The Devil Wears Prada came out, I was like 4 or 5. So I started thinking maybe The Office should get a remake or come back or something. But I was like, nah, it's way too good to even pick up where it left off or anything like that. I miss it. I want to see it. It's such a great show. But I could also watch reruns and repeats over and over and over again. And I would be mad if they brought it back.
That's the problem. They just never work out. I was looking at a list of the top 10 TV shows that have been rebooted. And they're rebooting Frasier, by the way, the Paramount Network. Paramount, whatever you want to call it.
I prefer Peacock.
I didn't know. I guess they're calling American Idol a reboot. They got the Luke Bryan on there.
I think so. I believe that is.
Richie.
I believe that is. I don't see that version of American Idol. Like, it's on a different network.
It's a game show. It doesn't count. So
It's on a different network, and it's totally different than what they started out with. They started out with nobody thought was going to succeed.
When I was under 10, I watched a show called Battlestar Galactica, and really liked it.
And Dwight Schrute.
Yeah, it was debuted in 1978, and it
Beats Bears.
It ran again from 2003 to 2009. In 2019. It was named one of the best dramas since The Sopranos. Whatever. I don't know.
So the reboot was actually probably a little bit more well received than the
original.
The original.
I also watched Buck Rogers, but I like
can
Buck
see
Rogers
that.
a little better.
I can see that from anything from the sci-fi genre, only because
technology gets better.
Yeah,
Everything gets better.
We watched the first Star Wars the other night, and my kids were bored. I was bored. That stupid, like when they go to defeat the Death Star, that little screen that pops up that tells them when to drop the missiles into the right spot of the Death Star.
Looks like
how
Atari 5.
No, it was like
the ColecoVision.
Yeah, it was worse than Atari. Like I remember Combat having better graphics than that. That was terrible. And I was thinking, come on, this is totally unbelievable.
Will and Grace was a reboot. I saw the show when it was original. I never saw the original.
It was not. It did not work.
Twilight Zone?
It did not work out as a reboot.
Did you see the reboot of Twilight Zone?
It's still going on. I think you can get it like
MacGyver got rebooted? I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
Time has changed. Roseanne was rebooted. That wasn't as good.
Well, it was doing fine until she started spouting off politically, and they had to force her out. And then I don't even know.
Was it politically or was it racist? I think she said something racist about somebody.
Was it racist?
Yeah,
I forget what it was.
Hawaii Five-0. My stepdad loves.
That actually has been pretty successful. If it's still around,
and your favorite show, Fuller House.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's on Netflix, right? No.
None of these shows, to me, I don't think were that successful. But I guess if they think there's something there, maybe Frasier becomes the most successful reboot of all time.
They're rebooting it? They're not just running the reruns?
Oh, my God. That's what we've been talking about this whole time.
No, I know.
You're too busy making Paramount jokes.
I thought you said
I said they're going to reboot it.
They got the rights to the original Frasiers, and they're going to stream those, just like Peacock got The Office.
They're rebooting it. It's going to be a brand new show.
Oh, bummer. That's not going to make me run it by Paramount.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here online at KCOZ.com. Do you know why people are stealing catalytic converters?
Catalytic.
Catalytic?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Not catalytic. It's catalytic.
It's a Cadillac.
So the catalytic converter.
Just kidding. Catalytic converter. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Catalytic.
Cadillac.
Catalytic.
Catalytic converter.
I know that because I steal. No. The catalytic converter was put in the car to make it so you can't smoke yourself out in your garage.
It's a filter?
Yeah, well, it reduces the
emissions,
the carbon monoxide that comes out of it. It has no performance relation to the car. It just it takes out the carbon monoxide.
It's all about emissions. Like when you have to go get a test, your emissions test. This is usually what the problem is.
Yeah, in certain cars, the metals inside these catalytic convertibles, what are they called?
Catalytic converters. Okay, it's not a Cadillac. It's a catalytic converter.
It's not a Cadillac convertible.
I'm not kidding. I've called it a Cadillac converter the whole time.
It's catalytic.
I don't even know what they do. Okay, so the question is, why are people
that help that filtration process,
right?
And in some models, they're very valuable. So that what people will do is they'll cut them off the cars, and then they'll sell them for the metals, the precious metals that are in there. And I think, if memory serves me right, my car's one of them. It's the Honda Element or a Honda Accord or pretty much anything made by Honda and the Toyota Prius. Their catalytic converters are more valuable than anybody else. So these guys that go around.
And where do if I steal somebody's catalytic converter, where do I go to sell it at? Do I take it to a scrap yard? And
that was my number one question when I saw the news story, because I'm like, well, it's not like you could just take it down to the swap meet and be like, hey, you know anybody that wants some precious metals? I got some catalytic converters back here. You have to know a guy. Like, when they arrest somebody with 6 catalytic converters like they did those 3 people the other day, why don't they say, who were you planning on selling this to? We'll give you a break. Because chances are you'll find more catalytic converters at that guy's place.
I was thinking about your boy at J5. Maybe he would know, but if I was him, I would just be doing a scam, man.
You're talking about John Adami?
Yeah, I know he wouldn't do this, but I'm saying if I had a shop, I just have people come in and go, yeah, your catalytic converter needs to be changed. And then I would just take, even if it wasn't bad, I just put a new one on there, charge them for it, and then take the old one and sell it for scrap.
The thing is, it's strictly an emission thing. So it's.
But it goes bad because I remember I had a Passat and it was going bad, and I had a mechanic that we used to go to, and he would plug in that computer thing and he would disarm the little light that comes on in your dash. So when I went and got my emissions test, he said it would work for 4 to 5 days or so many miles.
Yeah.
He says, go get your test right now. It'll pass.
By the way, that is not
That
John.
is the greatest mechanic.
That is not John.
No,
at
it
J5.
isn't. No, it is not. It was a different mechanic, and I got to tell you, I kept going to him. It didn't matter because of that.
But
that was customer service.
Yeah, that is nice.
I know everybody's right. Well, he could get in trouble for that. I know. That's why I didn't say his name.
But yeah, I think in most instances, your car tells you,
a light comes on, your service light comes on, that you need to get it serviced.
Yeah, I think you get sniffed out pretty quickly by the review community of the internet when it comes to trusting an auto service place. If you're just saying, "Oh, your catalytic converter,"
well, he sure does a lot of catalytic converters.
But the car's only 2 years old, and he's like, "Yeah, I know. You must have got a bad one. I'm gonna have to take that off." No, that's a bad business model, Jeremy.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.